Hey everyone, haven't made a live video in a long time. It's a really quick one. Owen Fox here, and I just thought I'd mention briefly that there's different levels of health, energy, fitness, vitality, sickness, disease, unwellness, and aliveness, and life, and including death. And there's different levels to our diet. Also, apart from what we eat, something that's often overlooked is when we eat. It's For me, sleep is the biggest energy giver, not food. And there's other factors such as like breathing, okay? But the biggest one is generally, food, but the biggest energy giver is sleep. That's when we recharge our batteries and have tons of energy for the next day, or a lot, or we feel wrecked and we need to feel like we need stimulants, okay? Now, I go through this myself, so this is from my own personal experience. So when we eat, we want to finish eating, like, for me, in my opinion, typically around between 2 and 5 hours before we go to sleep. 3 or 4 is a reasonably decent approximation if your last meal is not too heavy. If your last meal is like really heavy and you're mixing things like desserts and big meal, if you've overeaten, you might want to leave like 5, 6, 7, 8 hours potentially. It depends, okay? It's okay, like, it's not a strict rule. It's okay to have a little piece of fruit that's juicy, like a bite or two, for example, like not too long before bed if you feel like you're a little bit peckish. But generally, you want to go to sleep not exactly like purely ravenous, where you can't sleep, but empty, definitely empty, and your digestive system is really rested, and then you have loads of energy for the next day. Trust me, it's the most important thing, okay? So there's different levels to what we eat. For me, I find raw food is much better than cooked food because I'll just get to the crux of the matter. The most important thing is the enzymes are kept intact and there's much more nutrients. And when the enzymes help digest the food, so when you eat it, you feel lighter, you feel light enough. But when you cook food, then you kill the enzymes and your pancreas has to work quadruple time to produce tons of enzymes to help digest the food. And there's also anti-nutrients and toxic waste products in the cooking of the food. I'm definitely not against cooked food by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not saying that, and there's no reason to judge ourselves or anybody else. But if you do try it for yourself, try the experiment of eating raw foods for a week or a month or more, and see how you feel. And usually people feel much brighter and happier in the mood, and much more energy, and typically more creative, just a lot more happier. And that affects their relationships too, and even their money making ability, their work, their creativity, their career, their calling, etc. Yeah, that's really mostly what we really want to say. So I've talked about other health things, about like factors such as sunlight, sunbathing, sun gazing, barefoot walking occasionally. But the most important thing is sleep, and get enough liquids or juices or juicy fruits or water. If you have, just get enough of the juices and the liquids, and the juicy fruits are the best for hydrating, okay? And the sleep is the most important factor you should be looking out for, and then of course is body movement. But I won't get into that now. I'll leave that to another video. Hope this video helps. And that's all pretty much said, okay? Lots of love. Have a nice day.